What is up, guys? And today I'm just going to give you like a little overview on a really cool add-on that I think is going to help you, especially if you're melee in this new 7.1. So, you can install it for your raids and stuff, and I think it will really help, especially with your viewing of the world and the viewing of some of the bosses, and just generally just helping you see what's going on. So the add-on is called DynamicCam, and as you can see right now, without it turned on, you kind of look at either it was weird. Before 7.1, I was more looking at my feet with the camera. It seems they've changed it a little bit. Now it's kind of head height. Or maybe that was just me not paying attention. But either way, you kind of look at your character. Now, if I'm targeting something over here and my camera is looking at my character, I have to kind of, my character's always in the way. It's kind of a bit of a pain. Some of you may have seen this on like Bellula's videos, but you know what I mean, right? It's just you're always in the way, and it's really nice if we could do something about that. With the action cam that they've put in, you can, and the dynamic cam is an add-on to allow you to quickly and easily change the camera, and in a really, really nice way. So we're going to go into interface, add-ons, and dynamic cam. You're going to want to enable it and use action cam. I'm going to go into the settings, and reactive zoom is quite nice. It just makes the zooming in and out a little bit smoother. You probably won't notice much difference, whatever. But where it takes where you really, really see the difference is dynamic pitch. And you see that minor pitch, like slight difference there. Now you're thinking, wow, looking at my feet. Well, that's because we're zoomed in. And what it's going to do is it's going to dynamically pitch your camera based on where you are. So if you zoomed in, it's going to look at your character more because it probably thinks you want to look at your character. If we zoom out, it's going to look up more. It's going to look out in front of you. It's going to place your character down near the bottom, like here somewhere. Now, for when your character looks a lot smaller, and it's probably not actually, it's at the same sort of distance as it was last patch, except you're just looking at a much broader picture. It's giving you a much, much better point of view. And you can look at these mobs, and your character is not in any way in the way. You can really see what you're doing. It's great, especially as a melee. Like this was a big problem for melee because bosses would be huge, taking up all that space, and now you don't have that problem. You really don't. The only thing I would say might be a problem is that well, now my add-ons are covering my character, but that's fine. So what else can we do with this add-on? Well, there's lots of things actually. Target focus is really cool. Don't know if I'm going to use it. Got to decide yet. But basically, we can tab around if my tab will work. And you can kind of see it's going to just follow the target slightly. Now this is really cool in some ways and really bad in others. It's always going to try and keep them in the frame. So the further like kind of out to the side it is, the further the camera is going to move. As you see, that's quite the distance there, moving around, and then and the problem with this is, well, my character's not in the center of the screen anymore. That may put you off, may throw you off maybe you can't quite see where you are, especially in a big crowded place like a dungeon or something. So it could be very cool and very useful, or maybe not. You'll have to get used to it in practice, or just see if you like it or not. But again, very easy to just turn off. You just click the button. And that really is the basics of it, right? You got your max camera distance, you got your camera move speed. You can shoulder offset if you want. So if you prefer your character slightly to the side or something, like an action RPG or something like that, you can absolutely do that. That's no problem. Head movement strength, doesn't really seem to do anything. You see when my character kind of moves, it just gives you a little bit of like dynamicness to the screen. You can kind of see how it moves ever so slightly when he moves his head. Yeah, again, tiny little thing. Might make you a little bit nauseous, apparently. But yeah, just makes the game feel a little bit more alive. Makes you feel more connected to your character. As opposed to a bit more static. Let's see if it makes much of a difference on a mount. No, not really, not at all. But yeah, anyway, so what else can you do with this add-on? Well, there's a few things. You got the situations, and these are really cool actually. I'm not using most of them. I've turned most of them off, but you can do something like mounted. Let's enable the situation, and we want to have a head tracking strength of max. We'll turn the shoulder offset to like -2. We'll zoom to 9.5 and let me show you what it does. Now when I mount up, it's going to enable those settings. So it's going to zoom me in, and it's going to offset my shoulder, offset the shoulder view, which obviously in this case doesn't work very well because you can't see what the fuck you did. But you know, the point is it's there. So if we turn this off because I don't want that, you could say do Hearthstone teleport, and there's already a rotate function in there. So let's start Hearthstoning, and you can see there we go. It's going to do that. So you can do some cool stuff if you want to. Mine also, ding ding ding. If I get on a taxi, it will like. Oh, why is the shoulder thing there? It's a bit odd. Ugh, don't like it. Ah, there we go. If I get on a taxi, for example, let's go fly over to here. No, there. It's going to turn off my UI. So, you know, just some really like simple stuff, but it also the main thing is the dynamic pitch and things like that. So I really hope that's helped you guys. I really am looking forward to using it in raid tonight. So let me know what you think, and let me know if you're using it. And don't forget to flask food and pot for raid. Do it, or I'll kill you. Right, see you later, guys. Bye bye.